Hybrid Humanzee super soldiers created in lab for organ harvesting and space travel. Yeah.
This is damn exciting stuff.
It certainly is.
Any relation to the ones famously developed by Stalin in the 50s?
Well, that might come to play here, but this is a different country doing this at a different time. But yeah, Stalin tried to create some hybrid primates or hybrid apes and man super soldiers. I don't know a lot about that, but maybe we could dive into it as we read this. So attempts to create a hybrid between humans and other animals to create the perfect factory for transplant organs has been reported for a century and are allegedly still going on today. In 2019, a team of scientists led by Professor Juan Carlos Inspinza from the U.S. Salk Institute for Biological Studies reportedly created a human-monkey hybrid which survived for 19 days. I thought this kind of stuff was illegal to do.
Highly illegal, especially if it's done in the U.S.
Yeah.
That's why they do virus research in Wuhan, China now. Funded by the U.S., but not in the U.S.
Maybe the U.S. Salk Institute for Biological Studies is not actually in the U.S.
Well, the Jonas Salk Institute, where is that?
I don't know. U.S. Salk, S-A-L-K Institute.
Yeah, it's named after Jonas Salk. Salk Institute for Biological Studies in San Diego, California.
Okay.
So they're all going to jail.
Yeah. But as far back as the 1920s, Soviet scientists in Russia were ordered by dictator Stalin to create hybrid ape-man super soldiers capable of working under extreme conditions too dangerous for ordinary humans, like Burger King, probably. Secret documents from the time declassified in the 1990s show that Kremlin chiefs wanted an unbeatable army of man-apes with immense strength, but with an underdeveloped brain that were resilient and resistant to hunger. Okay. I mean, maybe
this does not sound like a good idea. I want people who are stronger than humans, but also dumber.
Yeah. Maybe they just go to West Virginia. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Gone the other way on that one, but
yeah. Sorry, my West Virginia friends. I had to do it. The project was led by, I'm not going to pronounce this name here, a biologist whose life work was centered around the crossbreeding of humans and apes using artificial insemination.
Are you talking about Ilya Ivanov, that guy?
Yeah, Ilya Ivanov.
Well, Ivanovich is the patronymic, so his father's name was also named Ivan. So he's Ivan Ivanovich, named after his father. So Ilya Ivanov is his name.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You a college boy or something? Huh?
Just read books, man.
Oh.
Where information hides. They hide it from the masses in books.
Well, the project in the Soviet Union does not appear to have been successful, and his work died with him in the early 30s. So. Well, actually, Ivanov died in a Soviet work camp in the early 30s, so maybe his work continued on. But in the 1970s, the emergence of an alleged mutant chimp with eerily human characteristics reawakened the Humanzee idea. So there's a picture on screen of a chimp. So Oliver, the chimpanzee, displayed some eerily human-like behavior. So what we're looking at on screen is a chimpanzee, but his head is not as hairy, and I don't know what makes him like super human-like. His face is not super chimpanzee-like. I mean, it's a weird-looking ape, no doubt about that.
Look at that face.
Oliver, a performing ape that was reported to have been a human-chimpanzee hybrid, appeared to be much more intelligent than other chimps and had rather less body hair. However, post-mortem testing showed that Oliver had the same genetic makeup as any normal chimpanzee. In the 1980s, reports emerged of an experiment in human-chimpanzee crossbreeding conducted in the People's Republic of China in 1967. The Chinese government was said to be restarting the project, and one of the scientists involved, Dr. Ji Zhongjing, told the Wenhunba newspaper that he aimed to produce an animal that could speak while retaining the incredible strength of a chimpanzee. Oh my God, there's another chimpanzee on the screen right here. And this guy just looks evil. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Trust any of these chimps.
No, I'm not going to give him my car keys. No way. Make very poor valets, that's for sure. He said that the hybrid Humanzees would be used for mining, heavy agriculture work, and exploration of dangerous environments such as outer space and the depths of the ocean. As yet, there are no authenticated cases of genetically engineered ape men being successfully produced, although a report in The Sun claims that the Humanzee was born during a hybridization project in the U.S., but was deliberately killed by lab workers. Professor Belamonte's team are reportedly still working towards an 8-man goal, working with a lab in China where there are fewer legal issues.
Weird how that works. Yeah, maybe we should do some virus research over there too. That'll go well.
It's been rumored that some of the cryptids that are out walking around, some of the ones that appeared in the 60s and 70s, specifically something like Mothman, could have been the product of some sort of genetic lab experiment done by the U.S. military, and that either it got loose or was let loose on purpose. And that might explain like the pig man of Vermont. It might explain Mothman, or maybe even the goat man of Texas. I'm open to those interpretations of these weird cryptids, but I doubt we're going to get any sort of documents with these kinds of experiments. Which they're doing these experiments somewhere deep within the U.S. in the Pentagon's complete approval, and they're using these our soldiers as lab rats to make super soldiers.
Well, our soldiers are just, using human source material sort of thing, but I 100% guarantee they're working on stuff like this, because the argument can be made, oh, well, if we come up with a better human analog, we can use it for medical research, and this is and that's is. And then when you say, well, why do you have to do this in like some sort of weird level 5 lab in China? And they go, shut up. So
I just want to know, like, at this point, so, the Chinese are definitely working on this. We're working on this. Are they going to weigh, what's the risk versus reward? Like, would you make an 8-man? Is it cheaper and less risky or more risky versus creating like a robot from like a Boston Dynamics kind of thing? And so they're like weighing it out. Like the Chinese were trying to create something, a super strong, less intelligent hybrid human chimpanzee for agriculture work and space travel. But at that point, we have robots that can do the space travel for us, and pretty much robots that can do a lot of agriculture work. So what's the benefit here?
We also have robot computers too. But
we do have robot computers, yeah.
Robot computers.
Well, it's the same reason that especially in the 50s and 60s, we used a lot of animals for space flight testing, because they were a better biological analog to sending humans up there. But we didn't have robots and instrumentation that was sophisticated enough to do that. But you raise a good point. In this day and age, why wouldn't we be using advanced robotics to do this sort of thing instead of weird ape men? And the answer is probably because ape men are more fun to create and then destroy, or something. I don't know. It's weird.
I think we might have to have like a race of pigmen to work at Taco Bell, because Taco Bell really needs workers. They really do.
Hey, I just saw a pig man.
A pig man.
A pig man, huh?
I was, driving back from one of our favorite places here in Central Ohio, and I saw a Taco Bell sign, and it said you can apply for a Taco Bell job by texting like Mas Tacos to this specific number. And you can now apply for Taco Bell jobs through your phone just with a text. That's how desperate they are.
Well, I would hope
employees.
that text, it responds with a link to the actual application, and they're not simply going to hire someone based purely on their phone number and a couple of short text messages. But you raise a good point. they may be just that desperate these days because so many people just seem to be leaving the workforce and not going. I don't understand what they're doing. I mean, are they living on unemployment on, a very small income every month? Is that their long-term plan? That doesn't seem viable.
I think 2022 might be the year that I get served my steak quesadilla by a pigman at Taco Bell.
I wish there were pigmen.
I do too. I wish there were a big
Make
pigman.
a lot of us look a lot better for standing next to the pigmen.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm telling you, the pig man is alive.
Didn't Pigman land on his car?
Well, they're doing it all, people. It's all happening. They're doing it all.
Give us an email at
happening.
ourbigdumbmouth@gmail.com. Check out obdmpod.com for all the social media and donation links. Be a part of the magic.